Right, what's going on guys? It's Ben from Parker Baits and I'm going to pull you inside the car because I'm back down the lake that I come away from yesterday. Now, if you haven't watched last week's video, I was down this lake and it beat me up. Now I'm here to do a quick overnighter and hopefully for it not to beat me and for me to catch an ossa pig. So there it is. Just before I start this video guys, give us a thumbs up, make sure you comment down below, smash that subscribe button so you don't miss any videos going forward, and hopefully I can bring you on this quick little video an absolute banger. Peace out. Now have I got some exciting news for you. Yes, you guessed it, we're heading to the Northwest Carp Show. Now it's on the 4th and 5th of November, coming very soon, and guess what? Parker Baits are going to be there. We're going to be bringing the freshest bait in the game, baby. I can't wait. Hopefully you guys can't as well. Now, a couple of things to remember. We're going to be bringing a selection of our magic dusts, our flat spot. We're also going to be bringing shelf life, 18s, 14s, and various other products as well. Now, join the Parker Baits wave, head over to the stand straight away, because the last shows we do, or shows what we attend as Parker Baits, we always bring limited edition products. Now it's exciting. We're probably going to bring a Scopex flat spot, but I'm already saying too much. I'm going to leave it at that. There's some big brands there for the likes of Gardner and also Corda as well. Solar have got a massive stand there, and that's just me touching on a few of the biggest brands in the industry. So there it is. See you on the 4th and 5th. Make sure you head over to the Parker Baits stand. I cannot wait. Yes! Right then guys, well, you join me now in my bivvy, and I've sort of very quickly set my bed chair up first, then sort of threw my frontier around it, not even bothered with the ground sheet, and quickly made a couple of rigs which I'm going to touch on in a second. The two rods are up against the bivvy. I've literally got all my stuff around me. The bare essentials have got to be off in the morning. Like I mentioned, this is a quick one. First thing I've done is when I come here, I've now broke my catapult, which I'm a bit frustrated about, but it has been put to good use over the last couple of months. But I come here, obviously I had a bit of bait left over from my session the other day, put a couple of catapults over the top, maybe half a kilo over that spot. I'm going to leave it now and I'm just going to drop with the spoon over that. So the Parker bait is going to go out over that right hand rod. Obviously knowing what I know and just hoping and praying that the fish are there. And then down to my left, I've just put a little bit of bait over as soon as I come in by hand, literally sort of flicked it in the margin, and I'm already getting fizzing up on there. Now it doesn't seem, it's completely different to what it was like my last session up here, obviously yesterday. Yeah, it was very bolty, meaning there was a lot of pike bolting through the area trying to attack smaller fish, and then you're getting that bolt and then a massive fizz up of bubbles. This is very sporadic, and then small little patches slowly, progressively getting bigger, and then you know it's carp. So hopefully it is exciting, it really is. But what I wanted to do is, like I said, I've very quickly two rods raw up here. I've also dipped my nets as well, and slings and all that stuff, mat, etc. Rods up against the bivvy, and what I've got in front of me is two leaders I've set up. So I'm all pinned on the bottom leg core, sort of set up, real basic stuff, about 1 metre of it, quite a long length of it, because I want to pin it all, because I do feel these fish in here are a little bit finicky sometimes, and it's quite apparent I should come up here and just smash them out every single time, and that certainly didn't happen the last couple of days. So with the rod up against the bivvy, I've adapted things, obviously knowing how Lewis had the common, and sort of wanting to try and be clever now. I don't want to go in over exactly what I'd done previously, so obviously I went in with bags. Now I was fishing this this is the actual rig. I was fishing short little uncoated braid there. Doesn't really matter what you use. It's £30 that particular one, so it's a little bit stiffer than it normally would be, but I like the way it sits in the bag, especially when you get that sitting right at the bottom of it, and you know, you're sort of sitting like that by the time it's in your bag. So by the time it's broke down the bag, you're sitting absolutely beautiful. Always fish a big lead, big old lead there. I think this is a 4 or 3.5. I think it's a 4, to be honest with you. And oh no, it's a 3.5, it says it right on it. 3.5 there. And I've been fishing these little Gemini sort of setups real quick and easy, but that did not work. I think what's happening is it's so silty, that bag is just sticking in the silt. And the one time that I had a run is when I took it out with the Parker baiter. I was taking bait out with the Parker baiter, but not actually dropping a rig with it. I don't know why, I was just casting over the top of it to where the fizzing was. But obviously the difference is this time I'm actually going to go over the Parker baiter. Now this is where I've got a little bit different. Like I mentioned, I've fished a smaller lead Last time I was up I was fishing big old leads. Now I've never really had an issue before, but on the other rod I was fishing this, and again this isn't what I'm fishing today, but a very long setup here. This is Fox Illusion, it's fluorocarbon. It's quite a supple sort of setup, if you like, just to fish in a D with a little micro ring swivel on the end there, and really simple stuff, size 4 hook, basic stuff, and anti-tangle sleeve there, which is a dark matter one to help pin it down. But what I think was happening is it's pulling in maybe this much, and this is sort of sitting on the bottom like this, a bit skew with, because the silt is that bad. So knowing that, obviously I'm going to go in different, and that's when it gets a little bit different today. So obviously I'm fishing the same. This is armour cord. This is actually 50 pound armour cord, but there's a reason behind that. Is I want it sort of stiff enough so when it goes out, I'm going to fish foam on the hook, and I'm going to fish that when I drop it with a Parker Beta. But I'm fishing a long length there. It's probably about 13 inches, quite a long setup. It's a rigger hook, and what I've done is, hopefully you can see that if I pull back there, I've actually whipped down the back of the hook, right down the back, no shrink tube, no nothing, but longer than I would, probably about 15 wraps down the back. Then I've come up about 4 times and then back through the back of the eye. These are so aggressive, these hooks. I've used them for a good few years now, and it probably is my favourite hook, if I'm not going to lie. I've nailed some really good fish on this. Very aggressive naturally, we've not added nothing to it. Quick, simple, and when you ain't got much time on the bank, it's very quick to tie. So going back to what I was saying, I've whipped that down, fishing about 13 inches of it, and then going back to that dark matte anti-tangle sleeve on the end there. The only thing I've done slightly different is, as well, I've actually done a figure of 8 loop there on the back, and it's probably about 2.5 to 3 inches long. That the reason for that is what it does is it helps with that anti-tangle property when you're dropping it. Finishing it off there with a tiny little bit, and you'll probably see it on my hand now whether it's focusing or not, tiny little bit there of tungsten. Now what I've done is I've put that directly in the middle of the rig, like so. So I know when that drops, even if this plugs a little bit, this bit here, i.e. the tungsten's going to plug, and hopefully I'm sitting presentated. On the business end there, I've got a size 8, that's a shelf life out the bag there. But I've dried it right out, so I've left it on the side and dried it out, almost like a hardened hooker, but then I've still got the properties of the dusting round it. So it's an 18mm fruiting nut with a chopped off magic bean wafter on the top, which is in pink. Now hopefully you can sort of see that there, and hopefully, well, I know it's how it sits. It sort of like that. A hook sits on the bottom. As soon as it sucks up, game over. That's in the bottom lip there, and it's all they got in a whole world of problems. So, and the siltier bit, because out in front of me, it's very silty. So the reason for that is fishing the longer one, and the one to the left of me, it's slightly harder, and I know that because before I left, I didn't initially, but before I left, I pulled the lead through the swim because I was leaving anyway. So I thought, you know what, I'd rather beat it up now than when I come back tomorrow I can not have to put lead through the swim. So obviously here I flicked it through slightly harder there. So the reason for that is I've brung it down now to probably around 10 inches, fishing it exactly the same. The only difference is I've put a white magic bean on the end there, but look at that, really aggressive, bottom lip business, as Mr. Ben says, my mate from Thailand. And yeah, that's what I'm fishing. A slightly shorter one on the harder spot, the softer spot, a longer one to obviously help with that presentation, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. Parker Bait is going to take both of them rigs out. I think that's a no-brainer. Drop them so then it comes down even softer. You haven't got that crash of a lead and pullback, you're almost pulling into the silt. Fishes just turn on the spot. This is looking good. I'm going to leave it at that. I think I've touched on everything. I'm going to get these rods out now. The longer one is the pink one, which is going to be on the right hand spot, and the left hand one is a white topper, and that's going to be, sorry, left hand spot is the white, right hand spot is the pink, left hand spot is the white. Get your words out, Ben. There we go. And just before I cast out, I probably should show you, it'd be rude not to touch on the bait. Now before, it's still a little bit warm. Now when I was at the factory, I just took some of the 14mm, the fresh 14mm, and also some OG fish there. There's more fruit and nut than there is OG fish in there. I just took some of the shelf life fish there, and what I've done is in the bowl there, just a couple of handfuls, and crushed a couple up. I've got the sauce on that's the fruit and nut sauce, and then a couple of bags there of rock salt as well. You can almost see it on my hands, well, you can see it on my hands there. I've mixed it in, letting it soak, and then what I'm going to do is I've always got like a real strong feed there, so I'm feeding the 18 mils plain, let me show you, like that, plain Jane, but still powerful in their own right. And then my supercharged, I'm actually putting around my hook bait, so that's the science behind that. That one's going just over to my left, in front of them lilies down there, happy with them and days. So that's it, both rods out, didn't take long, and I'm live, I'm active, so hopefully it can happen. There's one guy fishing over here, there's one guy over here, there was one guy fishing right in the corner when I turned up as well, but there's nobody along this bank. I've got nobody in next to me, obviously where Lewis was fishing out into this middle bit and off the back of the spot here. But yeah, all ready. I've just got the throwing stick because my catapult's broke, like I mentioned, and I've just been flicking, just sort of like lightly dropping my hand and just dropping them perfectly, and then the odd sort of throw with my arm as well, just normally generic. But yeah, what a beautiful place it is up here. Parker bait are out the way, nice and safe. Come on, the carp. Oh, I saw that, and I think I got that on video. I saw ya. Tip of the finger. I don't even know if the geezer and bivvy saw that. Now it's fizzing up on top of that spot. Look at that. Come on, fish. Big ghosty with a big common. Now, talking of the big ghosty, so that actually come out over to the right when we were here over there, sort of a local that comes up all the time. He managed to nick that one, I think come out at 25 something, which is one ideally want. There's two ghosties in. I've had the smaller one, and what I try and do is just put the footage up of the smaller one on the screen now. One I had a couple of years ago, early stages of the channel. So that come from over there. If I sort of pick you up here, obviously the common come from the back of the spot, so we were both fishing the end of these lilies that go out, and we would put a lot of bait in that middle spot. So obviously he was fishing in here, I was fishing here, and what I'll do is I'll put the video up on the screen now of that 34-12. I haven't seen it that big, and fair play to him, it's definitely putting some weight on. And I'll put some previous footage up of Louis in the corner. He caught the same fish off the top over here again a couple of years ago. Louis is a good friend of mine, and supported the channel from supported the Parker baits from day dot, should I say. And like I said, he had it from over there, and I like fishing this peg because I've had the biggest fish in the lake about 4 times. I've had it twice from here, and I've had it a couple of times from over here as well, and that's a fish called Penny. So yeah, any of the nice ones. There's the kinked common I would like in here. That's definitely a fish I would like. The bigger ghosty or that bigger common, they're the 3 that I need. But any of them new stockies coming up, there's a banging stock in here. I think it's about 27 pounds, scales coming out of scales. That would be nice. So that's on the radar as well. But it's looking good. I think I feel a little bit more confident than I did a couple of days ago, but hopefully I can make it happen tonight, and it will all be worthwhile when I've got one of them bangers at the bottom of that net over there. Look. Cool, man. No real update. It's probably been about 45 minutes. I'm just trying to keep in the loop. Ducks keep coming over, going right on the line. I'm fishing really slack. Bobbins are like right down there. Look. Slack is your slack, everything's pinned. The odd bit of fizzing coming up, and I saw one bolt through from the pike, which wasn't so good. So I had a pike last time I was up here, and over here I seen one fish show directly. I think I'd got it on camera off the back there, and obviously directly here on the spot. When I was talking at the end of a clip, a few clips back, I saw a fish show literally right in the middle of the spot. So that's a good sign, and that is literally where I've dropped that right hand rod with the Parker bait. It went out lovely, pulled it back in, job done. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. Merely keeping you in the loop. I've got some foodie bits to come this evening. It's nice to just get out for a real quick overnighter, and hopefully, just hopefully, I can nick one. Right, well, dinner this evening, foodie bits from the Parker Baits channel, and we've got these bad boys, honey and chilli pork chops, with some bread. That's pretty much it. It was a quick grab, so that's going to be dinner. Some of them, we want a bit of bread, lovely jubbly. I haven't got any other sauces, but I shouldn't need it because they look banging on this bad boy on there. Let's see how this goes. So far, so good. Looking lovely. Bread's out, ready to go. Dinner with a view. Lovely. Oh, I nearly lost that right now and then I flipped it and it went off the pan. Left to save it anyway. Bread. I've got a pack of cheese and onion crisps Lou gave me. Look out, what else I found. This bad boy, you give me this as well, so thanks very much. Lewis mate, when you're watching this, lovely jubbly. And to finish it off, if it decides to focus, well, just after some technical difficulties there it is. 4 chilies, butt sauce. Spicy. I probably should fit them because I think they're going to burn. It's all under control, don't worry. Come on fish. Let me nick one tonight. That guy's definitely staying over there. There's 2 of them. Not one guy. But, I think the other guy's a dangler, so I think it's just going to be 2 on tonight unless someone rocks up later. Well, I think I prefer it that way, to be honest. It's very busy the weekend, but I'm having fizzing on this spot. It's relentless down there. Yeah, probably should look at this, keep an eye on this, but yeah. Check this footage out of some fizzing just off the lilies, just off the rig basically. Bosh, dinner. A little bit of that on there. Gonna taste it first, but yeah, lovely. Fully jubbly. Well, that's me done. Well, nearly anyway. That sauce was lovely on that. Just a little bit, not to overpower it. Like I said, Lou got me this. And Marvin, I had a busy day. I've kept them to dunk into there. Kettle's boiling. And that darkness, I'm soon will be in very soon. Anxiously sort of watching the water here, just trying to lock on and see if anything's happening, any signs. Just that constant trickle of bubbles just there to my left, so come on Carp. Homemade flapjack that Mum made after everybody got on it in the bloody factory. This is all I got left, so there it is, a last bit of flapjack. Thank you very much Mum, and I'm going to be enjoying that with a view. So lovely jubbly. I got Rob on the phone and we're discussing fishing trips, so it's all good. I'll see you guys in a bit. Wow, I've well and truly just been done. Right hand rod there. 2 beeps and I saw the fish breach over here. She's obviously been done. I'm fishing slack lines now. They're pulled up tight now, or it's pulled up about 3-4 inches, so that line's in a completely different place. So I need to redo that now quickly. Gutted. Fish breached up about there and pulled off that way. Definitely been done. Well, I don't know if you're getting this, but absolutely getting absolutely not pitch black, but it's getting very dark very quickly. Just got that rod out in time. A bit of a nightmare, to be honest with you.
because I was losing light very quickly, like I just mentioned. But bats are out, rods are out. I'm going to redo that right hand rod later on. Left hand rod I'm happy with. Come on the Carp. Well, that is my view at the moment. Absolutely pitch black. Been locked onto the water. Just gone 10 o'clock. All I've been doing was watching. No beeps, no nothing really. Just a few odd shows. Not over my bait, but I'll keep patient. Try and get some sleep soon. Come on the Carp. Oh, God alive. 7:10. I've got to be out of here by like 22. So that gives me half an hour. It's just starting to rain as well, so it's not the great start to the morning. 3 o'clock on the nose, right hand rod, 3 beeps. Jumps out my bivvy, goes up to my rods, bob and goes back to where it currently was. I was like, for God's sake. About 20 minutes ago, just before waking up, left hand rod, 2 beeps. Just dead. Absolutely dead up here. So, but I guess that is fishing. The solo pat down begins. I have got a little bit of time to nick one, although it's not looking great, because if I do one in the last half an hour, that's good going, considering them been out since about 3 yesterday, or 4 o'clock yesterday. I got them rods out, didn't I? Something like that. But yeah, not so good, not so good. After the tweaks and stuff, thinking that will do it. Yeah, it's not done it, has it? So, and then look at this now. Bloody rain. Right, I'll see you in a bit. Start packing down. Right, well, that's me in the car, and I'm a little bit gutted, if I'm honest with you. It didn't happen. I've been having a really good stint recently, and I think someone's punishing me. For sure, for sure. But I will be back. I don't know when I'll be back up here now, but it was nice to have another little try. I'd done my best, and I tried to make it happen, and it unfortunately didn't. So it is what it is. But that is another video, sort of the bring on from the other video, if you like. And just very quickly, if you weren't aware, you might have noticed some of this, me wearing some of the Carp Works clothing. Myself and the family have now taken the brand over, and we're going to be relaunching it very soon. So stay tuned in our social medias and go over and follow Carp Works clothing on all of our socials, whether that be Instagram, Facebook, etc, etc. So what a pleasant way to end this video. I hope you liked it, guys. I know there were some funny bits in there with the food and that, but hopefully you have liked it. And if you have, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you comment down below. Smash that subscribe button so you don't miss any videos going forward. And I'll see you very soon. Now, for a very long day at the factory, quickly go home, have a shower, straight back down to Parker Baits HQ to make the freshest bait in the game. Peace out.